Hello everyone and welcome back to Pepple's Potager. It's been quite a while since I've done a video. Matter of fact, the last one I did was June 1st. So my garden's definitely grown quite a bit since then. I just haven't gotten around to doing very many videos. But just to look around here, you can see the greenhouse down there. A giant bed of wildflowers there. Some zucchini and squash here. And there's a small bed of strawberries down there. It's not doing that great this year, but I did get some strawberries off of it. And then right here in front of me I have the tomato arbor. I have planted at least 3 different kinds of cherry tomatoes on each side of it. I'll show you that here in a little bit. And then back there I have some straight 8 cucumbers. And then over here on this side I have the peppers and tomatoes. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Over here on this end I have the Brandywine Black. You can see they're almost to the top of the trellis now, and you can see I do have quite a few tomatoes growing there. This end doesn't get a whole lot of sunlight, so I don't expect it to have a lot of tomatoes growing on this end, just because it just doesn't get as much sun as this side down here where the Cherokee purples are. But they're still not doing bad. A few tomatoes here and there on the Brandywine Black. But moving down, you can see down here on this end where the Cherokee purples are, they are doing quite well. I have quite a few different clusters of tomatoes here and there. There's one large one there, formed from a big mega bloom. Some right there, more here, there. So it may be quite a few weeks before I start picking some of these. I did get a lot of these plants in late. There's a nice cluster of tomatoes for the Brandywine Blacks. So both the Brandywine Black and Cherokee Purple looking great. And then down here in front of these I have the Islander peppers, and these are the purple sweet peppers that I grow. I've been growing these for quite a few years. You can see I have a few peppers there growing. These start out as a light green yellow and then eventually turn purple. You can see this one here is starting to turn purple a little bit there, but it's become one of my favorites, as well as the confetti peppers down here on the end. This is a variegated pepper that produces 2-inch snack size peppers, and as you can see they're starting to fill up with some tiny peppers there, and you can see the beautiful variegation in the leaves. These confetti peppers put it on a bright color show once the peppers really start changing colors from like orange to red, and so I can't wait to show you how those look. You can actually see what they look like on the videos I did last year, if you want to check those out. But they are looking great, coming along nicely. Let's go ahead, we'll move on down here and we'll go around to the other side where I have more Cherokee Purple and Brandywine Black. Down here at this end, some more Brandywine Black plants. Like I said, it's pretty shaded back here on this side, so they probably won't do that well, but I'll probably get a few here and there. And then right in front of that I have the red night peppers, which has gotten pretty tall. I do have a few peppers starting to form on these. They look pretty healthy, even though they don't get a lot of sun down here either. But if you move on further down this way, I have more Cherokee purples. There. You can see a few tomatoes here and there. Everything seems to be doing good with those as well on this side. And then right in front of the Cherokee purples on this side, I have some sweet sunrise. These are a yellow sweet pepper. You can see we do have some peppers forming on these plants as well. And that's it for this bed. If you turn around here, you'll get a good look at the cherry tomato arbor, and I planted citrine tomatoes, black cherry, and white cherry, just as I did last year, with some marigolds down here in front. And on this side I have some calendula. You can see one of them's blooming there. But I planted the same cherry tomato plants on this side, so citrine, black cherry, and white cherry there as well. Eventually they'll meet in the middle up here. These are all the same cherry tomatoes I grew last year. I really love them, so that's why I wanted to grow them again. They all turned out very well. And then to the left of the arbor, over this way, you can see I have some cucumbers growing. These are straight 8 cucumbers. You can see it's starting to flower now. I did get these in late, as well as everything else in the garden. Usually I would have some cucumbers or tomatoes by now, but I got everything in late. But still, everything's looking good. On the other side of this bed, this is the pea tunnel I used to grow a lot of my super sugar snap peas. But this year I'm not growing peas on it, so I'm just using it for cucumbers. And then on the other side, I have a few herbs here and there, which I'll show you once I get around to that side. Let's go ahead. We'll walk through the tomato arbor here. As you walk through, you can see the zucchini and crookneck squash. I think I got one huge zucchini over here that I accidentally left on there. You can see. And then there's some more zucchini there. I've already picked quite a few off of here, so they're doing great. And let's take a look at the crookneck squash here. I've gotten quite a few off of these as well, and so did a couple of the rabbits. They wound up pulling a few squash off of here as well. And so right here in the middle of the potager garden, I have a few potted plants here. A few of these are pepper plants. This is another confetti pepper. You can see all the nice variegation in the leaves there. And a few peppers on there as well. Behind that, I have Helios habaneros. And it's the first time I've grown habaneros, so hopefully they do well. These Helios habaneros are supposed to be more productive. And you can see I do have some peppers on there forming already. And they're supposed to be more productive in a shorter period of time than most other habanero plants. I don't have a lot of stuff growing in these other pots here. This was where my dwarf cherry tree used to be. It did not make it through the winter this year for some reason. I'm not sure why, so it's kind of a disappointment. And then there's a hydrangeum right there. We have a few more calendula plants here and some rue in that pot there. And then right in front of me here, in front of the greenhouse, this 4x8 raised bed. In early June, we sowed a lot of wild sunflower seeds here called bouquet for days, and you can see it is doing very well. A lot of these plants are now up to 4 foot tall, and so it's looking great. It did not take long, I think maybe a month and a half to get here. These wildflowers grew so fast, it was unbelievable. This will definitely draw in a lot of pollinators, that's for sure. And then moving over here to the fence line, you can see all the blackberries that I have growing over here. We'll just take a quick look at those. Looks like we got quite a few I need to pick. So doing good. And then turning back around this way, this is the bed that I had the straight 8 cucumbers, and on this side I have some comfrey growing there, some chamomile, and a mint, some sort of mint plant I have growing down here. It's the one we put in there last year. I forget what kind it is, but it is some sort of mint. And we'll turn around this way past the zucchini and squash bed I have over here near the greenhouse. Our strawberry bed. We've picked a few strawberries off of here. They haven't done as great as they have in the past, but the plants look nice and healthy, even though we didn't get a whole lot off of them. But they still may produce some for us. Maybe come fall. These are ever-bearing, so maybe come fall we'll get more. And then over here in the greenhouse, you see another look at the wildflowers here in front of the greenhouse. Look how tall they are. I think eventually they might be as tall as the greenhouse or higher. Looks like there's a few nice sized sunflower plants in there as well. So, looking great. In the greenhouse here, I have a few tomato plants growing. A lot of the leftover plants that I had nowhere to put. I found whatever pots I had and got some Miracle Grow container soil and put it in these pots, and they've been taken off. Right here in front here I have one 4th of July tomato plant, and if you plant those early enough you will have tomatoes by the 4th of July. This here is a citrine plant, just like one of the cherry tomatoes I have on the cherry tomato arbor. Next to that is a white cherry, and then another black cherry in front of that, and then another 4th of July here in the back. So they're doing pretty good in here. The temperatures have gotten way too hot, so I think it's stunted their growth a little bit. I think they would have been more productive by now if it wasn't so hot in here, because the temperatures have been in the mid-90s a lot this July, which means it pushes the temperature at least up to 125 in the top of the greenhouse here. Lower it's cooler, but it gets really hot in here. So in the way in the back there, it gets much more hotter because it's not as much shade on that side of the greenhouse. I have a willow here that shades half the greenhouse, so that end is much hotter than this end, but that 4th of July on the end is just really going slow, and I think it's just because it's too hot back there. And then here I have a lot of my leftover pepper plants, and I've just been leaving them going here, still watering them, and they might be small, but they're still trying to produce. Maybe I'll find a home for them, I don't know. Maybe I'll get some more pots and plant them in some other pots like these I have here. But that's all I have for now. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's take another look around. Everything's looking pretty good here in mid-July. Thanks for watching, everyone.